I hate AAA games. You've probably noticed it yourself by now. AAA games are bloated, they hardly run, and sometimes they're just not fun. But why is that? It's not just bad design, and I'll prove it. It's because AAA studios are trapped in a bubble. They design the games for themselves, and that's causing problems. Imagine a studio in a place like California or something like that. Somewhere in, say, the Bay Area of Los Angeles. There's a floor-to-ceiling window on every wall that outlooks the city. The office smells like kombucha and artisanal coffees. The office hums with the quiet buzz of high-end PCs, dual monitors, and an endless rainbow of RGB lighting. Everyone here is young-ish, upper middle class, and tech-obsessed. They all own the latest NVIDIA card, the fastest CPU, 4K, ultra-wide monitors. They play games passionately. This is the perfect microcosm of the AAA development bubble. Now imagine the studio meeting starts. One guy says, "Hey, let's make our next AAA blockbuster. We need photorealistic graphics. I heard Unreal Engine 5 is perfect for that." Then another guy chimes in, "Yeah, ray tracing, global illumination, micro polygon hair rendering. But only for those who can run it, right?" Another person chimes in, "Yeah, let's include every possible character orientation, ethnicity, and background. For inclusivity, of course. Diversity is our strength. It's what we live every day." No one stops to ask, how many players can actually run this game at full spec? How many players are even familiar with this hardware? Because the answer is kind of obvious. In their bubble, everyone has the 5090 or 5090 Ti, right? And if they don't, well, they'll upgrade. So they sketch out a medieval European city with this sort of Burger King Kids Club cast of characters. It doesn't really make sense in the world, but none of them notice because, well, that's what their world looks like. They fill the screen with particles too. Lights, shaders, effects. It looks amazing on their systems. Every design choice reflects their own personal preferences, their world and their worldview. The kicker is, every choice that matters to them is invisible or inaccessible to the majority of us. Outside of their bubble, 50% of players can't run the game on launch. The game is $70+ plus DLC, plus microtransactions, plus some sort of pass, and the cost of the hardware to run it. And even if the players buy it, longevity is low. Half of the players abandon it because they can't play it or it performs miserably. Inside the bubble, they're patting themselves on the back. In reality, the game has become a tech demo for wealthy devs, or just for wealthy children, really. It masquerades as a product for everyone, because it's so inclusive. But, I mean, who do you know who can run the latest Unreal Engine 5 games on Ultra? Monster Hunter 5 sold fantastically for the first month. And now, it's selling nothing. It doesn't have that many players, and it won't. That number will just decline harder and faster. People are returning to the old one, Monster Hunter World. They're going back. They're going away from Wilds because they can't play it. not without massive compromises. From what I know, the game is fun, but I only know that because I heard it up the grapevine from strangers on the internet. I don't even know anyone who can actually run it. Not in my friend group, not in my social circle. I'm not rich. It's like the modern Crisis. And when I say Crisis, I don't mean the collapse of the AAA industry. I mean Crisis on the CryEngine. Those games, especially the first one, were tech demos that masquerade as video games. Only some people could actually play Crisis. For most of us, we just sort of made jokes about it. A running joke became, yeah, but can it run Crisis? It was like the inverse of everything can run Doom. Nothing could run Crisis. I'll give you another good example. Borderlands. Borderlands is a series that started out as, and you're going to be surprised, it was originally a pseudo-western. That element has kind of vanished over the course of the series, but the first one was an allegory for the gold rush. People moving out west, or to Pandora, a big dusty desert planet covered in cactuses, to find the rare and expensive resource iridium, which was the gold in the analogy. Well, then, we had the second game, and it kind of shifted things up a little bit, but it was good. And it did diversity right, too, by the way. There were all sorts of interesting characters. You could play as all sorts of interesting characters, and nobody complained about it because, well, it's the future or another galaxy or something. It's outer space. There could be all sorts of people here. And there was already a really diverse cast before. It's just now a bunch of them were also playable. Great. It also ran well on the hardware people actually had. Then there was a few years of gap. And in between, we had the pre-sequel, kind of just leeching off the success of their villain from the second game. Kind of a cash grab, if I'm being honest. It felt like standalone DLC. Then Borderlands 3 came out. People didn't really care for that game. I mean, most people didn't. I'm sure there's some diehards. But most people play that game skipping all the cutscenes. You know what I mean? Well, at least it ran okay for most people. Not as well as the old games for some reason, despite not really looking that much better, but, well, that's more down to the art design, I would say. But it didn't have any longevity. It lasted for a couple of months, and then people dropped it. They went back to Borderlands 2 again. Just like what happened to the pre-sequel. People didn't stick around for that game. They left that game. They went back. And I'm sure we'll see it again. Borderlands 4 already looks like it's going to do the same thing. And it's this problem again. They're targeting themselves. They're not making a game for me or you or for the world of Borderland or for creativity. They're making their game for them. And damn anyone who can't run it, I suppose. Here's the business side of it that I'm sure all of you are so interested in. There's a triangle. Business triangle. You see, the triangle goes like this. At the top, we have good. On the bottom right, we have cheap. And on the bottom left, we have fast. Every product on the market sits somewhere on this triangle. Good, cheap, fast. Some lean heavily into one, some kind of straddle between two of them, but you can't have all three. Because if you sit in the middle, it's not that you have good, cheap, and fast, it's that you have none. And AAA gaming is in the middle right now. See, because they're making premium products for a premium audience, according to Randy Pitchford, but also they're making a accessible, diverse game for a modern audience that's not too challenging for even children to enjoy. Oh, but also it has to have a certain amount of blood and guts, but not too much. We can't have a high rating. It can't be, rated M. It needs to be teen or, for everyone. But also, we got to spend a lot of money on it. We need everyone to play it. But also, it has to be the most amazing, pretty, over-the-top, graphical bonanza anyone's ever seen in their entire lives. So, only like 30-40% of the audience can actually get the game to boot or run at a stable 30. So, we're making a mass market appeal game for a wide audience, but the required specs are for a very select few. It's not going to please the die-hard old fans because it doesn't have much to do with the originals. What is their target audience? Where on the triangle are they? It's not fast, I'll tell you that, because these games take them years to make. It's not good. Borderlands 2 is still better than Borderlands 4. And it's not cheap. This is the most expensive Borderlands game to ever release. It's in the middle. It has none of them. This is how AAA gaming will collapse. Because their only solution is to keep upping the price, because they can't imagine changing their workflow to focus their efforts. They need to go bigger, way bigger, which means they need to spend more money. And they need to outsource a bunch of it too, because, they don't want to have to hire all those employees. They also need to get AI involved in all of it because, again, they want less employees. Did you know that Microsoft just laid off a bunch of the developers in the Studio King? Those are the guys who made Candy Crush, by the way. They laid off a bunch of people, and now they mandate that the people that are left have to use AI tools all the time, every day. It's a mandate. You have to do it. It's not optional. Those AI tools were made by the people who they just fired. Yeah, they had these promises that it would make workflow easier for everybody. That would just be a supplemental thing, so they could make more games more easily for more people more cheaply. It turns out they were actually just trying to get rid of a large portion of their staff and replace them with AI. This is so obviously a bad idea that I don't know how to even approach it. The gaming industry is floundering to find a paradoxical audience. This paradoxical audience must be wealthy tech bros with lots of disposable income who also enjoy mass market slop and don't mind that their 5090 Ti is inevitably going to burn itself alive after a couple of years because that's a problem now, while also wanting everyone, everywhere, all the time, too. What's the punchline? Because this sounds like a joke. The next time you buy a AAA game, just remember, you're not their audience. You're not their ideal customer. The game was made for the person sitting next to the espresso machine in the corner of the office, staring at their own monitor and thinking, yeah, this 4K ray trace photocopy of a photocopy, this is art. For the rest of us, it's expensive, flashy, disposable. If you like this video, please consider subscribing or hitting the like button. Sorry I don't have a better outro for this. I'm still new. Have a nice day.